Baseball is changing, it's evolving, but one thing remains the same, maybe even grows increasingly important year over year. Power wins games. And today we're diving into the most powerful young prospects in the sport. Let's start with the player who could have a ceiling we don't see very often, and that is Jac Caglionone. If you've been following spring training, specifically Royals spring training, you know the name Jac Caglionone. He's a 6'5" powerhouse, formerly at Florida, and this preseason, he's already catching plenty of eyes. Caglionone led all of college baseball not too long ago with 33 home runs in one season, and he wasn't just barely clearing the fence, he was sending balls into orbit. His average exit velocity right now is over 100 miles per hour, and he's been recorded hitting balls at 118 miles an hour. Caglionone already has 2 home runs this spring at 114 miles an hour off the bat or greater. Jorge Soler is the only Royals talent in the last decade to accomplish this feat, and if you know anything about Jorge Soler, he has had his fair share of home runs as well. With Caglione's ability to hit for both raw power and in-game power, dialing it back a little but still being able to clear the fence with a good approach, we might be looking at a 40-plus home run hitter at the next level. Deyvison De Los Santos is next. He's an absolute tank in the Miami Marlins system, formerly with the Arizona Diamondbacks. At just 21 years old, De Los Santos is already demonstrating elite raw power and rivals some of the best sluggers in baseball. Last season, he crushed 40 home runs in the minor leagues, more than anybody else, and his hardest hit baseballs have exceeded exit velocities of 115 miles an hour. He's one-upping Caglionone, has a little more professional baseball experience, but still, for reference, that's elite level even at the MLB level. His strength and bat speed allow him to generate that top-tier power, but there's still some work to be done. His plate discipline needs improvements. He tends to chase at times, and he'll need to refine his approach against higher-level pitching if he wants to hit for a decent average and eventually elevate up to the major leagues. That's arguably one of the main reasons he hasn't gotten there yet. But if he figures it out, he's got the potential to be a middle-of-the-order masher for the Marlins, possibly a 35 to 40 home run hitter in his prime. The strength and raw power, those are clearly there. Just lay off the off-speed and anything that is deceiving and tailing out of the zone. Samuel Basallo is up next in one of the best prospect pipelines from the last few years. I know the Orioles aren't all the way up there anymore. The Tigers just took that spot. But Basallo is a left-handed hitting catcher in the Orioles system, and he's been dominant. If you know anything about Baltimore's farm system, you know they've been producing monsters, one of which is Adley Rutschman, who also happens to play the catching position. So naturally, because Adley's not exactly old either, he's just getting his licks in at the major league level, you would think there's a bit of a logjam here. Some talents in this situation, Basallo's, can make that natural move over to first base. Typically, you're pretty good at scooping since you're blocking everything behind the plate anyway. Either way, Samuel's bat cannot be ignored. At just 20 years old, Basallo is already built like a big leaguer, standing at 6'3" and over 220 pounds, and his power, it's elite. Last season, Basallo hit 19 home runs across both AA and AAA as he made his way up to Norfolk on one of the best minor league teams in all of baseball. They were putting up monstrous numbers early on last season, if you remember. And his exit velocities regularly top 110 miles per hour. The scary part is he's still growing into his frame, still getting stronger. He's not like the Cagliones of the world where he came into the league looking like a monster. So if Basallo continues to put on some muscle mass, his power could reach a whole other level. What makes him even more exciting is that he's a catcher, and there aren't many backstops with his type of offensive upside. If Basallo sticks behind the plate, he could be a rare power-hitting catcher who puts up 30-plus home runs a year. But again, Adley Rutschman. Even if he does move to first, this bat is too good to ignore. He's going to get some big league time relatively soon. Junior Caminero is up next. Few prospects generate as much pure bat speed as Caminero. The Rays infield phenom has already reached the big leagues. He's actually got a couple of years under his belt now. And he's showing exactly why Tampa Bay is so high on him, even after he graduated their prospect pipeline list. Caminero's swing is lightning fast, which allows him to generate ridiculous power, despite not being the biggest guy on the block. He stands at 6'1", officially 205 pounds, but his ability to create barrel speed and leverage through his swing makes him a serious home run and at least extra base hits threat. In 2023, he hit 31 long balls in the minors while slugging .591, and he's only getting better. Then he slugged 16 balls over the wall in just 59 games before getting the call up to the big leagues with Tampa Bay. And unlike some raw power hitters, Caminero also has a good feel for hitting. What do I mean by that? He doesn't chase as much as you'd expect, and when he does connect, the ball absolutely jumps off of his bat. If Caminero continues to refine his approach, he is mature, he could be a 280 hitter with 35 plus home runs a year, exactly the kind of star every team wants. Not someone who's sacrificing power for average or vice versa, but the best of both worlds. And it doesn't stop there with the Rays. They have another power hitting prospect you need to know about. He is still in the minors, and that is Xavier Isaac. At 6'4", 240 pounds, this guy is a little bigger than Caminero. Isaac looks every bit the part of a future slugging first baseman. And the numbers so far, they back it up. In just 102 contests last season, Isaac logged 41 extra base hits. The average took a bit of a hit when he did make the jump to Double-A for a small sample size of 31 games, but his raw power is among the best in the minor leagues, and his bat speed also elite for his size. So the intangibles, the physicality, the strength is there. What's impressive about Isaac is that he's not just a free-swinging power hitter. He has shown a great ability to control the strike zone. If all goes well, the Rays are hoping they have a high OBP slugger who gets on base while also getting 35 plus bombs a year. If they can get two between Caminero and Isaac, they're in pretty good shape in the future. It may take a little longer for something like that to come to fruition, specifically because, again, the average took quite a bit of a hit over 31 games in Double-A. First base prospects tend to get overlooked, but if Isaac continues this trajectory, he might be the next big name first baseman in MLB. Power is the most exciting tool in baseball, arguably, and these young prospects have plenty of it. Jac Caglione's a freak. Deyvison De Los Santos is a pure masher. Basallo is a rare power-hitting catcher. Junior Caminero generates insane bat speed, and Xavier Isaac, while he might be a little far away from making his major league debut, still could be a huge slugging first baseman in the future. Who do you think will make the biggest impact 10, 15, 20 years from now when all is said and done with their Major League Baseball careers? Let me know in the comments section below, along with any video suggestions you have. Always open to them. Like and subscribe if you enjoy minor league baseball, and we will see you in the next one.